Okay, so he's tricked her. There's only one way out of this. He's gotta go. Did you know
Damn! Oh, shit! That went Home Alone.
Man, let me tell you something. I was gonna say it for the review, but Peter is an asshole. I'm giving away $10 to people, man. Just giving away money.
I want $10.
You want $10, Martin? Let me go ahead and give you $10, man. Just do me a favor and go to dtmerch.com and just buy 2 shirts. And then I will, for nothing, Martin, give you $10, man.
You give me that $10, I'll go buy 2 shirts.
Oh, Martin, that's even better, man. Yes, over at dtmerch.com, if you buy 2 shirts at regular price, we'll give you a gift card worth $10. And that is only happening up until February 14th, the holiday of love. Oh, but not only shirts, but you got the beanies, you got the caps, you don't see them there, but they got phone covers. I always bought one up there the other day. Backpacks, and you look at that. You got the Sidekick 3000 still hanging out with us. Been gone for a while, but still here and can still be on your body. I've been saying having an Amazon Prime account can be used with our Amazon Pay button, but if you just have any kind of Amazon account, not just Prime, any kind of Amazon account.
Okay.
You don't have to be up in that VIP. You can be just an average suck ass customer and no, goddamn your car. But no, you just have an Amazon account, not Prime, just account. You can actually use that as an easy way to become a subscriber here. Let's go ahead and get into a movie today. Mo, how rude, Martin, how rude. Martin don't give a fuck.
You burping too.
No, I don't do it. Martin, I don't have those bodily functions. Martin just be sitting down like a toad on a log. Put them eye water and burps out too. Burps out. He just sitting over there crying. Got it out though?
Man, for now.
You sure? All right,
I'm
because
good.
I want to pay some respect to our next guest here, Mr. Peter Rabbit. Martin, I
didn't know if you were going to go see The Rabbit or Clint Eastwood.
No, the Rabbit got priority over that Clint Eastwood, man. Now, everybody say that Rabbit got that better movie.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's good. They say that if you're going to see any other movie besides... if you're not going to see a movie about people that fuck like rabbits, then go see a movie about rabbits.
Oh, okay.
It took a second. Martin like, huh?
I was like, Clint Eastwood. Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Nah, Martin, people like... it was the second movie, highest grossing movie this weekend.
Right.
Mr. Peter Rabbit. And they didn't give us a screening, so I took it upon myself to go see Peter Rabbit. I said, you know something? Peter Rabbit got some history behind him. Peter Rabbit goes all the way back to the 1800s, maybe even a little bit before. I had the exact date, but I don't have it in front of me right now, of when we had the debut of The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. And this is considered to be one of the best-selling children's books of all time. Up to date, it sold about 45 million copies, Martin. About a little badass rabbit. And this is the author here, Beatrix Potter. As you can see, there's one picture where she went through her goth phase. And here's another picture right there. She's a little older, but still hot. And the thing with Peter Rabbit wasn't shared with the world at first, Martin. Miss Potter, she had a governess. And Annie Carter Moore, and she actually wrote the story of Peter Rabbit for her son Noel, who you can see right here, the little crazy ass.
Yeah, he does look crazy. He's like a grown-up Stewie Griffin.
Yeah, he looks like a boy that be talking about, telling me about the rabbits, mother.
Just tell him about the damn rabbits so he won't kill us.
The rabbits, mother. What did they do? Yeah, y'all know that boy look crazy. Look at got a knife to his mother's throat. You will tell me about the rabbits, mother.
Yeah, there's a sharp blade he's hiding behind his back in that photo.
Yeah. Everyone will die over the rabbits, mother. But shit, even as a little boy, he looked crazy.
I've devised a series of traps, each one more diabolical than the last.
But the story of Peter Rabbit is a simple one, actually. That goes to show you that simple sells more sometimes. It's just about a rabbit, Peter, who shopped at the Gap, got his nice coat right there. And he looks so innocent right there. He looks so cute, but actually, he was a very mischievous rabbit, Martin, and he loved going, he's like Dennis the Menace. He loved going over next door and fucking with his neighbor. Old man, Mr. McGregor, man. Mr. McGregor would do nothing but tend to his garden. And when messing with anybody, here come Peter. What's up, old man? What the fuck you doing? But he got to be so bad that Mr. McGregor just gave up. He's like, all right, I got to kill your ass at this point.
It got that bad?
Yeah, it got that bad. He look, Rabbit, I've been minding my own business. I've been nice. All right, now I got to kill you. I did not want it to go here. And Peter barely escaped the garden with his life. And then he got home, and his mother was so disappointed that it was dinner time, and she fed all of his sisters dinner. But when it got to Peter, she's like, nah, I'm gonna dose your ass with chamomile and put his ass to bed. Kind of drugged him to go to sleep. So, yeah, she didn't want to deal with him anymore. Now, that sounds like a crazy tale right there, but for some reason...
Wait, is that the end of the story?
At the end of the story, she drugged his ass and put him to sleep. The end.
Well, that'll teach him.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with your little badass no more. Now... Jesus, man. Yeah.
Hey, that's how you got to do it sometimes.
Back in the day, parents could do that.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, that's a classic. Believe it or not, for whether we think so or not. But with this,
is it enough for a 90-minute movie?
Well, that's the thing. Does this pay respect to the timeless tale, Martin, or is this just another modernized, cynical cash grab? Well, I'm going to show you the trailer right here.
I never saw a trailer for this or even a poster.
I did, Martin. In the trailer, when I looked at it, I said, oh, Jesus. I almost got this one of those movies that you wanted to grade it just on the trailer. You're like, I know that this is going to be some bullshit.
Oh, no.
I don't have to see this. I can tell, I can smell bullshit when I see it. And that's what I thought about this. Now, a little arrogant of me, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer, this horrible trailer that I'm talking about, and then I'll give you my review and see if it actually defies my expectations.
Hello. Run! This way!
Martin already like
my favorite actor.
Yeah, I know. Martin already, he just looking at the ground. Jesus. Martin, Jesus can't help you now. That rabbit got your ass. We in too deep.
Please. Okay, so he's tricked her. There's only one way out of this. He's gotta go. You know
Damn! Oh, shit! That went Home Alone.
Man, let me tell you something. I was going to say for the review, but Peter is an asshole. He's almost psychotic.
My two boys getting along, nothing could make me happier. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks.
Man, okay, look. This is fucking surreal. And I don't know if it's because I was sick and had a fever.
It looks surreal because some of it looks awful. And some of it looks like, okay, it's got a potential to be funny.
Yeah.
And the other third of it looks bizarre.
It really is I'm not going to say whether it's good insane or bad insane. I'll get to that in a little while. But it's fucking insane. It's way more insane than I would expect out of Peter Rabbit.
Which is what I would need for me to have some affinity for this.
Yeah. No, this is, look, it's got all... when I look at this, it has all the things that I don't need from a movie like this. It looks just like any other bad animated family film, like half CG, half live action family film out there where the animals need to talk.
Well, it also, it feels like it gets really all about being yet another vehicle for James Corden, where they're like, okay, this guy's hot right now. We got to get him in stuff, get him out there, get him on it, everybody talking about him. And I'm kind of sick of him already.
Well, that's the thing here, man. James Corden is the voice. Now you have a lot of voices in here. Daisy Ridley is one of the sisters. Saya is one of the. She was Sia. She was one of the. She was the porcupine. You have. There's a lot of celebrity voices in this. Like they tend to have with these animated family movies where they don't sell the product based on a good story or heart. It's just like, hey, look who we paid for.
Right.
And James Corden is becoming, for some reason, he's becoming that guy. And I'm not like everybody else. I like James Corden, man. I mean, I know he's becoming like a little oversaturated with people and they're beginning to have a little backlash against him. I can deal with James Corden as a human being.
Sure.
Cartoon James Corden,
It's too played up and too obnoxious.
I do not like him, man. I can't stand cartoon James Corden.
Let's roll! Bye, Felicia.
She's like, fuck you, cartoon James Corden. Shit, even his cartoon co-stars can't stand him. Of course, that's high five from Emoji, not her, but the hand that you saw right there, who Gert said is probably one of the, for him, and I'm kind of up there with him, one of the most annoying sidekicks in cartoon history. Maybe that's a little steep, but as of recent, yeah, couldn't stand that character. Now, the other thing that you hear in there is like the pop music that's playing. And I told you about the celebrity voices and some of the actors who are not celebrity voices in there. You saw Rose Byrne, who plays Beatrix Potter here.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. This is a modernized version. That's another thing. How much are they going to modernize this? With modernizing something, that goes with the territory of how hip can we make this for the kids?
Sure.
When is Peter Rabbit gonna pop that hoodie on that jacket, start freestyling, battling people?
Does he twerk?
When he gonna twerk and pull out a skateboard? Maybe skateboard and twerk at the same time. When we gonna get hip for the kids out there? I will say that really doesn't happen. In the movie, they actually do a good job at updating it, but sort of like Paddington, keeping the classic look of the source material.
Hey man, they got a fox and a waistcoat. I'm a sucker for that.
Oh man, he's got style. Look at that. You love it, Martin? I got it from you. All he needs is a fedora on right now. But here, it's they keep with the timeless feel of the countryside. They got the cottage. They got farm equipment that's still kind of old, wooded areas and gardens. Even when they got villages, and even when they go to London, it's not crazy modernized. I don't even recall seeing, like, maybe they did, but they didn't play it up. I don't even recall seeing a cell phone anywhere. Anything. Maybe it was there briefly. But they don't try to modernize it, at least in the visual way, too much. And in a way, that was cool that they did that. Holds back on a lot of gadgetry. And also, there's these animated sequences in here that keep the look of the book. And they're fully animated sequences, and they're gorgeous, and they got a watercolor look to them. And I was you don't see that in the trailer too much, but they had these flashbacks. They're telling some part of the story, and they do it gorgeously. Yeah. So I mean, it's already kind of off to a good start. And I'll tell you something. Some of the things that they do in live action even try to capture certain classic parts of the illustrated book. I mean, they're not anything big, but like the way Peter Rabbit, when he twerks under that fence right there, that's you can see it. It's subtle. Yeah. They don't play it up. Like, if you don't know anything about the book,
they don't freeze frame it.
No, you're like, hey,
from the book.
Hey, look, no, man, no, they take that. That is actually, if you look at that scene, that's him crawling under a fence, and it don't stop for a pose. It just keeps going. If you don't know anything about the book, fine. If you know something about the book, it's like, oh, wow, that's a very subtle nod to the illustrations. Yeah. And for those who are listening, we are looking at a picture of Peter Rabbit crawling under a fence, live action, and they took it straight from one of the illustrations. Very subtle.
Yeah, it looks good.
And the other thing is they jump right into the big core of the story, which is him fucking with that old man, Mr. McGregor, man, which is played by almost an unrecognizable Sam Neill. If you want to know how old Jurassic Park is, watch this movie right here. Yeah, somebody said,
Oh,
God damn.
that's Sam Neill?
That's Sam Neill. Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
Yeah, Sam Neill plays Mr. McGregor. And he's got a big old white beard. He's kind of, he's kind of thick, got that portly, midsection. So yeah, man, Sam Neill, who was in the movie, yeah, he plays the grumpy old Mr. McGregor, who's always fighting with Peter Rabbit, and plays it well. That's almost the reason why you can't recognize him either, because his eyes get all big, and that rabbit is driving his ass crazy, man. and
so is Domhnall Gleeson his son?
Well, I'll get to it.
Okay.
I'll get to it. It's funny too, because the thing is, you think he's just a mean guy, that just likes to kill rabbits, put them in pies and eat them, loves the flavor, and hates rabbits so much he loves to eat them. And the other thing with that is, yes, he is that guy, but Peter pushes it, man.
Sure.
Peter really, you get...
all rabbits seem to have that.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny was that way.
Oh, man.
At the time, you're like, man, you escalated this situation.
Yeah. Rabbits are kind of assholes, man. And that's Peter. Peter, as I said, Peter pushes it. Peter lives to fuck with this old man when he doesn't have to.
Lettuce, radishes, radicchio. I'll tell you what's radicchio. How easy it is to steal this man's vegetables.
Fuck the asshole.
He's showboating, making bad puns.
Just bragging about it. Yeah, what that old man gonna do? Fuck him.
That old man worked hard to plant all those vegetables.
He really did, man. He really did. And you feel for him, because at first you're thinking, man, it's just a grumpy old man, who's not in touch with his emotions anymore, just loves to kill things. And nah, man, you kind of get the feeling that Peter keeps, not only does Peter push it, but he's also putting his, because he's the leader, he's the oldest in the family. Mm-hmm. Everybody looks up to him. He's putting his whole family in danger, man. And that's this beef between Peter and Mr. McGregor is so legendary, is that they merchandise that. Like, you can actually go out there and get plush toys where Mr. McGregor finally caught Peter strangling his ass. Gotcha, rabbit. They got sculptures where you could see Peter going out there like, hey, what's up, old man? Hey, fuck you, old man.
Oh no, not again.
Oh, Peter, what now? Peter, just leave me alone. That's
I'm
a
still
sculpture.
recovering from my surgery.
Peter, please, just stop. Yeah, I'm gonna kick you while you're down, old man. You and your vegetables. Your shit is mine. You hear? I'll be back tomorrow. Oh man, you better have my carrots. Come back in that garden and just burn it down. That's what you get, old man. I told you. Yeah, that beef is so legendary that I thought that was going to be the main part of the movie. But they mess with that old man so bad that they kill him. Everybody laughing. They killed this man. He can't take it. And I don't want to spoil things, but sometimes some details are just so funny. And they try to say it's because he was living his life bad. He was drinking. He was eating bad. He was hanging around asbestos. But no, those rabbits, they killed him.
Stress.
Yeah, they killed him. He called Peter and didn't even know what to do. He looked him in his eyes. He was just like, shit. Oh. And Peter was up there poking him in his eye. He's like, yeah, that bitch is gone. I was in a theater full of kids, and I was like, ah! I wish I didn't have to tell y'all that ahead of time, because I wish you could have had a surprise like that, but I just had to tell you. This shit is crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. You didn't still be seeing it. Believe me telling you that'll make you want to see the movie.
It does.
Because when you see it, it doesn't really, my words don't do it justice the way that old man just fell over. All red. I was like, man, is this a kid's movie?
Well, I wonder how the Potter estate is with that.
Well, now you wonder, that's how That's how Domhnall Gleeson comes into the picture, man. He's the nephew. And I know you don't like Domhnall Gleeson, man, but I really like him in this movie. For one, they tried to also build him up to be kind of an asshole too. He works in London. He's the manager of this big retail store. That's his life. When they tell him that his uncle's dead, he's like,
yes, and
he's like, I don't give a fuck. Did I get my promotion? He's like, I didn't know that, old bastard. What about my promotion? And they set him up to be like this cold, callous character, this very shallow character. And he goes out to the country, and he's actually cool. Goes out to the country to start his life over, to start a new life, to be and he's reasonable. Look, he goes into the new estate because they tell him this estate is worth something. It's valuable. So you can't have vermin and animals up. I don't care how fine their clothes are. You can't have them up in there ruining your house, throwing house parties and drinking and having orgies and things. So he's reasonably like, look, I don't want to kill y'all, but y'all got to get the hell on out of here.
Yeah.
But this is where...
But Peter feels entitled.
Man, that's where the part of the movie comes in that I appreciate. They show you immediately that Peter is the villain here. Peter can't leave it alone. And the guy comes in and he's there. He is. Let me show you right here. Like he's looking at Rose McGowan, who's
Rose Byrne.
Rose McGowan. That's wrong.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would do that.
For my female woodland creatures. Rose Byrne. He sees her, and they have immediate chemistry, man. And it's one.
She's quite attractive.
No, she's a sexy ass Beatrix Potter, and that's when Domhnall Gleeson loses it. He's like, look, it's one thing for y'all to come in here and try to ruin my property, mess with a man's house. That's one thing. But when you start cock blocking,
yeah,
that's
when it gets personal.
Oh no, Peter has got to go, because that's what he's doing. He becomes cock blocking Peter. He's not only entitled. Look, Peter has this really bad sense of entitlement, man. Not only for that property, but he also holds Rose Byrne as property. He's like, that's mine. We knew her first because she ain't had a man in so long that she just talks to rabbits all day. And they're cool. So, they made a connection. And Peter somehow in his mind, like, yeah, we going to have sex. But he ain't having, actually, he just feels like there's a reason why there's an issue with him where he really has this ownership of Rose Byrne. That's when the movie gets crazy because at that moment, he's like, look, I've been trying to be cool with y'all. I've been trying to protect my home. Now you mess with my potential, piece of ass next door. And so you're like, yeah, man. Now and it just turns into a movie where they're trying to kill each other. They are trying to kill each other. Wow. They are trying to blow up each other, impale each other, electrocute each other.
Yeah, and bear traps in the bed.
Yeah, this thing right here. And the whole time. And it's Peter doing some of the most psychotic shit. And every time that this happens, Rose Byrne comes out. She's like, "What's going on with you guys over here?" And he's always like, "It wasn't me. The rabbits that did it." And she's of course she's like, "Really, the rabbits? Please." And he's like, "Bitch, they wear coats and clothes, and I'm the crazy one." They're like, "Really?" And they're just making him look insane, and it's just this war of man and vermin, man. It's insane. At times, of course, it's Home Alone.
Yeah.
And in the slapstick, in physical comedy, it goes on a little too long. That's one of the flaws of the movie. Okay. Is that even that doesn't turn, even that has a tendency to not be able to extend itself for a whole hour and a half movie. And this is just an hour and a half. The other thing is Martin, you said it. This rabbit is just he's taking another rabbit's act. I mean, he's Bugs Bunny. Yeah. At this point, a little more insane. He's this is a Bugs Bunny cartoon that goes on for within the movie probably about 50 minutes. Yeah. It's that kind of film where it's just back and forth. of them just messing with each other. So as far as the movie being able to hold itself or sustain itself with the whole movie, not really.
Now, you're able to see Peter as a villain. Does the movie acknowledge that he's the villain?
Well, I can't tell you that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything. That'll be giving away some things. Like, damn, you don't spoil half the movie right now. I know. No, I made you see it. I'm selling the movie. No, I can't tell you everything about it. But I will say that if you look at the trailer, you can tell, as I said, the movie's kind of just absurd. And there's a self-awareness with that. If the movie was just doing a lot of silly things just to appeal to little kids, that'd be one thing. But it is very aware of how absurd it is and how silly some of their characters are. And there are some physical gags that not even like physical, slapstick of violence. There's just these things that happen in the movie that just come out of nowhere. Some funny gag, some sight gag that would just surprise you.
Yeah.
Something, and it's clever. Characters will say some funny lines and nod and wink that what they've said is silly and absurd.
Okay.
So the self-awareness level of the movie makes it fun. Mm-hmm. And I did have fun with the film. If there's any problems with it, it's that music, man. That pop music.
Oh, yeah.
It's bringing popular music from the last 3 decades, and it's just thrown in randomly. Now, some of it is music that even you would like, Martin. It's like,
even I would like
even
it.
you, Martin. That's me saying, even your old ass. We're like, nah, Martin, there's some music, because I've heard you saying certain songs they play here.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like they're just picking the latest pop songs. Mm-hmm. That's weirder. Because all these songs, like, all right, why are you just throwing these in like this?
Sure.
For no real particular reason other than just to throw them in. Mm-hmm. It's almost like the movie doesn't have confidence in itself, or doesn't trust itself. And a lot of times the things that it's doing, which is, for one, capturing either the magic of the book or is acknowledging the absurdity of the film, where the magic is lost on all levels just because it can't trust itself to just sustain itself like that. Also, man, some of the CG is bad here.
I can see that.
Well, the ones that you see are for the characters here. When these animals are wearing coats and when they are they're wearing clothes and being anthropomorphized, and they're being they're being characters that don't really exist. All right, you can take that. You can suspend your disbelief. But they had one part. They had a deer that they made walk, and they had him. They say, "Run along, deer," and he looked crazy. It looked like he was stop motion or something.
Oh,
yeah, he ran off and looked like them skeletons from from
Sinbad.
From Sinbad.
Jason and the Argonauts.
Looked like something from a Tim Burton stop motion animated movie. I was like, wow, man, that looks bad. But overall, man, I had fun with this. No, I don't know, man. I went in this morning. I had
full price.
Martin, I had a fever. I was delirious. So I don't know what I saw. What I mean? I'll tell you that right now. I was starving because I really hadn't eaten in the last 2 days. So I don't know. I could have been looking at a blank screen for all I know. I don't know, man. I was delirious while watching this. So maybe if I was to watch this again, I'd be like, what the hell? What was I thinking? Mm-hmm. But and also I was kind of recovering a little bit, not feeling as bad as I was yesterday. So I could have been in this euphoria of like, oh, I'm getting better, so I'm liking everything. I don't know, but right now I had fun with it. Of course, not a great movie, but enough for me to feel like if I had seen this, and if I'd taken a kid that was laughing along with me at some of the silly parts, I definitely wouldn't regret a matinee.
Okay.
With this.
How was the audience reacting?
Of course, kids were laughing their ass off.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I was, like I said, I can't speak for the parents, but I was the adult in there.
You elbowing the parents next to you. It's
Yeah.
good, right?
Can't you imagine me? I'm all sweating and be delirious. The rabbits. Let's go. We'll get to some beat on Blu-ray. But yeah, I don't know. I like Peter.
Don't hedge, man. If you like it, just stand up and let that be known.
I did. I will. I liked it. Martin, I liked it.